And talking about detours, Facebook has taken a big one. They're getting flooded by bad press. All kinds of whistleblowers, leaked papers. It was turning into a PR nightmare. So what does Mark Zuckerberg do? Rename his company. Bye-bye Facebook, welcome Meta. That's what Mark Zuckerberg is calling his company now. His old company, his new company, Meta. All Facebook products will now be boxed under this name. WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, everything is now part of Meta. What does it mean though? Meta is short for metaverse. It's really complicated technology, the metaverse. Some call it the next stage of the internet. Others say it's every supervillain's dream. Here's how Mark Zuckerberg describes it.
To reflect who we are and what we hope to build, I am proud to announce that starting today, our company is now Meta. Our mission remains the same. It's still about bringing people together. From now on, we're going to be metaverse first, not Facebook first. That means that over time, you won't need to use Facebook to use our other services. And as our new brand starts showing up in our products, I hope that people come to know the Meta brand and the future that we stand for.
It's vague and scary. That's what the metaverse really is. It's super complex to explain, but I'll give it a shot nonetheless. The metaverse is an alternative digital world. How do you get there? Using a virtual reality headset. So you can walk around in this world, this digital world, you can talk to other people, you can spend digital money, but remember this is all made up. It's a parallel digital world. People won't see you. They will see your digital avatar. How close are we to this metaverse? Not close at all. Some experts say it could be 10 to 15 years before we can build a proper metaverse. So all of this is just a distraction, basically. Facebook desperately wants some good press. And what's better than a new name?
Well, I think trying to brand it and trying to use timing is everything when launching a new brand. And this timing is really difficult because for most audiences, it will appear that he's become a little bit of the Wizard of Oz. If you remember that movie, pay no attention to the person behind the curtain. I'm just pushing the levers and, look forward, look at the future, look at the metaverse, and don't worry about what's happening on Facebook.
I don't know what's more unsettling, Facebook's attempt to distract the world or Mark Zuckerberg's sci-fi monologue. It was all kinds of bizarre. At one point, we see him enter the metaverse, stare at his own digital avatar. It's unbelievable. Before blasting off into space, the whole thing happens in a fictional world, of course. Sometimes on a beach, sometimes inside a space observatory. It was less of a sales pitch and more of a childish movie. And most of us can see through this PR stunt. But the stock market cannot. Facebook shares are on a roll. Meta platforms were up 4.3% and Meta materials were up 4.6%. Clearly, Zuckerberg staring at his own digital avatar was a big hit on Wall Street. But what happens to Facebook now? What happens to the privacy concerns, to the tax evasion? Zuckerberg wants us to forget about all of that. He says, let's move on from Facebook. Meta is the new kid on the block.
Building our social media apps will always be an important focus for us. But right now, our brand is so tightly linked to one product that it can't possibly represent everything that we're doing today, let alone in the future. Over time, I hope that we are seen as a metaverse company. And I want to anchor our work and our identity on what we are building towards.
How convenient is that? After years of stealing your data, spreading fake news, fanning hate, Mark Zuckerberg says, we are Meta first now, we are not Facebook first. He says you won't need to use Facebook anymore. Governments must not fall for this gimmick because this is the same company, the same CEO, and the same corporate culture. It's money and profits over ethics. A new name cannot wash away Facebook's crimes. The metaverse isn't a new world for social interactions. It's a new world for Facebook to mine our data. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.